I'm delighted to welcome Cabinet Minister Esther McVey, who was recently appointed as Sunak's, well, what should we say, common sense czar. Esther, look, thank you very, very much. Well, over half of Tories' traditional countryside seats are at risk. Are you worried about that?
Well, look, we always want to get the best vote we possibly can. But can I just check you on one thing that you said a little bit earlier? And it's not like you, Patrick, to not have all your facts right. But you said Rishi was doing nothing about legal migration, and considerable changes came in January, and that was dependence, that was about the money you had to earn or your sponsors had to earn, and squeezing down on students coming into this country, which will stop. It's already started, that policy, and it will stop 300,000 people coming here. So I just had to say that because what you said before was incorrect.
Well, it's still... OK, well, with respect, though, Esther, there was a bit of rowback then, wasn't there, on the salary threshold? And also there was a little bit of a rowback on the length of time it was going to take to actually implement some of those things. And that would still bring the net migration figure down to around the 400,000 a year mark, which many people do think is too high, Esther.
Yeah, so down 300,000 is a lot. And all I'm saying is I just want to get that right on the record because you're brilliant, right? And that's not like you not to quite get that right. And I just have to get that right because taking legal migration down by 300,000 is considerable.
It is considerable. Look, again, many people will still think that 400,000 is too high. But the Prime Minister was asked about...
It is too high. It is too high. And we're going to get that down too.
Right, OK, well, the Prime Minister was asked about Labour's plan to introduce VAT tax on private schools. He said that it was an attack on hard-working parents like his who struggle to send their kids to a fee-paying school. I'll play the clip, Esther, and I'll get you to react.
You know, I get attacked by Keir Starmer because of where I went to school. And I said to him once, actually, I said, you're not really attacking me, you're attacking my parents. And you're attacking everybody like them that works hard to aspire for a better life for them and their family. I think that's wrong. I don't think it's British, and that's not the type of country that I'm going to build.
Has he got a point?
Absolutely he has. And by the way, my parents would have been one of those parents. I'll tell you for why. Because Labour was messing around with the whole educational system and was destroying a lot of the state schools. So my parents, who didn't have anything, really didn't have too much. I'd been in care, right? So they got themselves on track. Dad set up a business and he thought, I want more for my child than me. So he sent me to a fabulous school in Liverpool called Belvedere. So what Keir Starmer is going to do is stop aspirational families, people who want the best for kids, who sacrifice lots of other things to send their kids to a school, because we believe education is the best thing you can give to your kid. And what, not more than that though, what about all of the kids who are in private school who are now going to have to go to state school, which I believe the figure is going to cost about £7 billion. So not only is it wrong for aspiration, it's wrong financially, and it's wrong for the whole of the educational sector. Again, talk, but actually never know how they're going to pay for things.
Yeah, I mean, it does genuinely actually seem like quite a harebrained policy, I'll be honest with you, and whether or not the U-turn on that, we'll have to wait and see. Labour, of course, think it's great and would deny everything that we've just said. Moving on, Grant Shapps has warned that a woke and extremist culture has infiltrated the British Army after it was revealed that army bosses had plotted relaxing security checks to improve diversity. Esther, I mean, this is in your wheelhouse, isn't it? As the quotes-unquote Minister for Common Sense. Come on, what are we going to do about this?
Well, we want the best person for the job, not somebody who fits a quota for the job. And actually, the Defence Secretary, Grant Shapps, has been right on the case saying, no, he'll do a long-term review on what's going on. But immediately, we've got to stop this craziness. We want the best people for a job and not some fixed quota. I think that is what is essential.
I think it does speak, though, doesn't it, to a mindset, the fact that this was even floated, the fact that this was even the idea to begin with. And we're seeing this right across a load of different departments at the minute, Esther, which is diversity first, quality second. This has to stop now. I mean, how was this allowed to happen under a Conservative government, for goodness sake?
Well, it has expanded over time, you're right. And I think we have got to say now, look, I know Labour brought the Equality Act back in 2010, but look how it spread. But look, I'm in there to look at equality, diversity, inclusion, quotas. And actually, if they're not working and people aren't doing the job at hand and we haven't got the right person doing the job, then we've got to get rid of all of that. And what I will say, Rishi is very strong on this. And what does he want to do? It is getting the economy on track. It is getting immigration down. And it is making the country great again. And also I will say is Mr. Flip Flop that's Keir Starmer there, did his latest flip flop tonight in Rochdale. There he was standing by his candidate. He's changed that. A day doesn't go by without him flip. And one further thing about COVID vaccine damages. I saw that question in the audience there, and I actually have been working with a Conservative group, with a Conservative MP, Christopher Chope, on that, sorting out those vaccine damage payments.
Esther, thank you very much for your time, as ever, and it wouldn't be an interview without getting at least one death stare out of you, so there we go. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful Esther McVey. It's a wonderful Esther McVey there. MP for Tatton. We've got to go, Esther. We've got to go on.
Honestly, your interview with Anne Stephen on Saturday, the Mail on Sunday, can I just say, powerful, and how strong were you and Emily to talk about that? And I just say it was amazing.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Esther.